guys, so I want to show you here what I think is one of the coolest places here in Kyiv, if not the coolest, at least as far as I'm concerned. And this is an outdoor park here called Gydro Park. So if you take a look, they have all kinds of equipment here. They have various equipments for, doing every single exercise that you can find. So you have an equipment here for working your arms, you have bench press machines here, you have all kinds of great equipment. And so what's interesting about this is that all of this equipment here is created from scrap metal. So if you take a look, you can see that everything is chained up, and you have pieces of metal that you put in, and you can do triceps here by simply pressing on this, and then you can put as much as you want. And this is exactly how it is, all of this here. Everything is done with scrap metal essentially, and it's very interesting because here you have another tricep machine. Just place some metal, some weight there, press on this, and you have a really great exercise. And honestly, when I first came here, I was simply amazed of the number of machines here, because I didn't realize that you can do so many exercises. You have a barbell here, you have another barbell, you have some back exercises. You can do so many things here, and honestly, every time I come here, I'm just simply amazed at the number of the things that you can do. Here you have another barbell right here, and then you have your cable pulls, your standard exercises there, and then you have all of those cool exercises there, which I'm gonna get to in a second. And so the first time that I came here, I basically stopped here and I never went any further. But if you're gonna go further, if you go a little bit further, you're gonna see all of these bench press, these flat bench press, and they're all fixed weight, right? So, depending on your weight, maybe you're gonna be doing this, maybe you're gonna be doing something like this. You have a whole field of these flat bench press. You also have an inclined bench press. You have a flat, incline, and these are all fixed weight because you cannot add or remove weights. They're all fixed with these chains right here, and all of them are like this. All of them are fixed by chains. And so if you can take a look, you can see 50 kilos here, then you have other ones, and then you have more here, and some of them are labeled, some aren't. You got 60 over there, you got an exercise here, you got one here, and then you also have your squat racks. This is actually what I was doing the other day. You have, what is that, 85 over there, or 95, this one right here, and then you have all of these here. And so what's nice about it is that you can come in, you can work on one, and then you can move to another one. There's no need to re-rack. There's no need to put the weight back. You have some slight incline ones here. You got 50, 45, and you have some lesser weight. That looks like 30, 25, 22, etc., etc. And this is absolutely incredible. And what's even more interesting is that if you keep going that way, you're gonna see more stuff, right? You're gonna see, for instance, punching bags over there. Take a look at that. You got punching bags made out of old tires in very, very standard Eastern European fashion, so you can work out. You have even here a boxing ring for maybe having a boxing match or some training. With the summer coming, this is going to be really, really nice. All kinds of interesting equipment made from scrap parts. So all tires, pieces of metal that are taken together. You have some more interesting things here, and honestly, this is my first time here. I have never went this far, and it looks like we have another area down there. It looks like it's some kind of a ping pong table with some seating over here. And now with the summer coming, this is almost May now, this is going to be an amazing place to come and work out. You have some more equipment there. let me show you some equipment in detail. How exactly do you work at it? What do you do? And I also want to show you some of the dumbbells too. And before I go further, I want to show you this piece of equipment here. And this is actually a cardio machine. I don't know what it's called, an ellipsis maybe, elliptical machine. And you basically stand in it and you move back and forth, and you can do cardio this way, which is pretty amazing. And look at this, all scrap metal. This is no high tech, nothing, you know, super unique, super modern, if you will. You can just stand there. There's two machines, and then they have a couple of ones down in the back, I believe. And this is actually, it's a lot harder than it looks. And so here we are approaching some of the dumbbells here. And just like when you have the barbells, the flat bench press, the incline bench press, we also have the dumbbells. And these dumbbells, they're all fixed as well. And honestly, some of them are labeled, some of them aren't. Like, I have no idea how much these dumbbells are. And I actually ordered a specific weight that weighs up to 75 kilos on AliExpress. So I'm gonna come here with my weight. I'm gonna measure these just to see how much weight I'm doing. Also worth mentioning that there's a couple of interesting things here. You have these things here that you can rack them for easy pickup, and you can move this thing back and forth like this. And the other very, very interesting thing is that these aren't just dumbbells. You also have the resistance that comes with the chain. And so when you're picking up these dumbbells, you also have the chain to work with. So maybe the dumbbell is, let's say, 55 kilos. You have the resistance of the chain. What's interesting about all this is that you kind of have a brand new exercise that you're working with. Because on one hand, you're picking up a regular dumbbell. For instance, I have no idea how much this dumbbell is. This is actually one of the heavier ones. There's another one over there that's even more heavier. But you're not only picking up the dumbbell, you're also picking up this chain here. And so that way you have a brand new exercise that you don't really have at a regular gym. That's what makes it very, very interesting. So I was working with this dumbbell the other day doing some back exercise, and I have no idea how much it is. It could be 55 kilos, it could be 60 kilos, it could be 50 kilos, but with the chain, that makes it a little bit more tricky. Same thing for this, it says 43 there, but I honestly have no idea how much it is. And this is the equipment. You basically attach it all, you hook it up, and you can remove it. You can add it if you want. You can add that one. You can, you know, you have another exercise here. You can add weight here to this hook right here, and that way you can have more weight. But who knows how much this weight is? Same thing for this one. Take a look at this chest exercise right here. All you're doing is you're picking up, or you're just grabbing the weight, you're putting it over there, or you're picking up this weight and you're putting it here. And the same thing here. You have this really nice exercise. You have this exercise for your chest, where you're bringing arms together, and same thing. You have this one and you have that one, and all you're doing is you're picking up pieces of scrap metal and you're placing them at each of the exercises that you're doing. Another exercise is right here. This is also for working your chest muscle. You're basically pressing it forward and up, and you simply pick up this piece of weight. So let me show you. You pick up this piece of weight right here and you place it on here. Something like this. You can also place it right here. There's a piece of weight that's hanging already there. And that's all you have to do. Now you have a fully functioning machine. You have a base seat here made out of wood here that you can just work out, and it's amazing. It's really, really great. So this is quintessential Eastern European. This pretty much, when I discovered this place, this is as Eastern European as you can get. And this is one of the reasons why I love Eastern Europe so much. Take a look at this thing right here. Half of these exercises, I don't even know what they do. I don't even know how you work at it. So every time I come here, it's a discovery. Because every time I come here, I see another person that shows me, that starts working on one of these machines, and I can learn how to do it. Because when I came here, I knew like maybe the standard machines, but then later on I'm like, wow, you have another machine, you have, you know, another machine that I can work on. You have a bunch of cool machines, then you have more bench press over there, and across this little street we have more equipment. Take a look at this. I've honestly never worked out here before, and so this is all new for me, but take a look at this. Take a look how cool this is. This is a bench press, incline bench press, and you probably know what this is. This is a radiator, at least what's left over from it, and you just place it up on top and it becomes resistance. And now you sit down or you stand up and you simply pick this up. Here's another machine, and then you have an old tire that's used for damping, that's used for cushioning. You just place the weight, and actually I don't really work out in this area simply because that gym has enough of what I need. And what's interesting about it is it's huge. There's room for everybody, and right now it's lockdown. It's another quarantine lockdown, and so a lot of people, you know, the gyms are not working right now. The gyms are not open, and this is your community gym. And what's so cool about it is that right now, with the gyms not working, you have all kinds of people. You have people that go to very, very expensive gyms. You have people that go to, you know, cheap gyms, etc., etc. Everybody comes here, and that makes it very, very interesting. And so here you have your typical leg press here. You sit down here, you just press, you have your weight, and if you want to remove some of the weight, you move it this way. You want to put it on, and you have a fully functioning machine. Admittedly, with some of these machines, if you've been working out quite a while, if you're not a beginner, you're gonna max out very, very quickly. For instance, on this leg press, I've maxed out, and there's no way to add more weight, unfortunately, but that's the reality of it, right? Beggars can't be choosers, and if it's free, that's all you get. Here you have another machine that you can work with, and believe it or not, this place is actually in Kiev. This is not center, this is not downtown, but it's actually very, very close. It's actually in the river of Dnipro that divides the left part and the right part of the city. And this is actually on an island, and the name of this whole area, this whole complex, is called Gydro Park. And so I just crossed the street again, and we have more equipment here. You have your standard equipment that is actually nothing special. You have this all over the former Soviet Union. It's all over the place. It's not weights. This is just your typical, you know, pull-up bars, your dip, and all that. And just in the distance, we actually have a beach. This is one of the beaches here, and this whole area is actually quite nice. You have some modern benches there. You have a nice pavement. You have some sand here. So in the summer, this place is definitely gonna blow up, because it's very modern, it's very clean. You have some nice places for different activities. You can play basketball out in the distance. You have volleyball courts as well. You have this nice little boardwalk here. So this is a place I'm going to be frequenting a lot now that the gyms are closed. Even if the gyms are going to open one day, which they definitely will, I'm definitely going to be frequenting this place because, number one, you are in open air, right? Nothing beats working out and, you know, breathing in this fresh air in the park. Just this, you know, this freshness, this great feeling. And I notice it really, really helps my workout. It really, really helps my activities. Number two is that this whole gym with the chains, with the different weights, different equipment, it presents a new challenge for your body. So if you've been working out at, you know, your typical gym, you're used to the equipment, the weights, your body is used to it. And so this brings a new challenge, something new, break out of your typical routine, your typical rut. And this is something I discovered walking on this facility here. And as you can see, it's fairly modern. It was built fairly recently. You have, you know, lots of green areas. You have a little square here. And then you have a gym out in the distance. And honestly, you know, Eastern Europe is not perfect. There's a lot of things I really hate about Eastern Europe. As an Eastern European myself, as somebody who was born here, there's a lot of things that piss me off. There's a lot of things that annoy me, drive me crazy. But this thing, this outdoor gym that I showed you, this is probably the best part about Eastern Europe, because I highly doubt you're gonna find something like this elsewhere. At least not to the same extent. At least that is what I heard from people that have come here, that have visited this place. And so I really hope you enjoyed this tour. Definitely take a look, definitely visit this place if you have a chance. And I will see you in one of the future videos.